scattered abroad. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered through the dispersed of the earth. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahushua and laboring fervently in the gospel. A hearty shalom to the mighty men of the Lord who are out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, and magnifying the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shalom to those brothers. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there on the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying. They're being diligent and abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the sisters out there, the aquath out there, holding it down in their households, married and or unmarried, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, striving to be like our righteous foremothers, and moving in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua as well. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
God, Shabbat Shalom to everybody in the class and tuning in online. All praise for another Sabbath, another day of repenting, getting yourselves in order, your houses in order, right? And as we always do, we're going to start with Acts chapter 18 and verse 4.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks.
Right? Another Sabbath service to persuade Israel, who knows that the Israel to abide in the law, statutes, and commandments, the brotherly love, the charity, all things to magnify the name of the Lord. And to those just finding out that they're Israel, to come back to serving the Lord, right? Repenting, forsaking the ways of Babylon, coming out of the shadows of Babylon, and come back to serving our God. And the only way we can do that is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me.
Right, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're able to stand 10 toes down, right, on the doctrine that we learned, right, continue to build and exhort Israel as we do, right?
Right? And shalom to all Israel, and shalom to the classroom. You can get the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14 and verse 14. Because we living in the end of the world, man. And brothers got to be on fire, especially leading up to the Passover. Getting their households in order, their families, their children, their wives. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14 and verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Right, because you got a lot going on in your life, man. But you got to let all of that go. The cares of this world, your job, situations, all hell breaking loose. The spiritual demon Satan running to and fro trying to sift you out. Everything is to take you out of this truth and to cast you down. Right, we don't?
Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Hey, the Lord said the burdens of man are weak nature, man. Not being able to pay rent, right? And that sifting you out or this and that and situations and you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, right? It's a lot. It's all hell breaking loose in the last days, man. You got marriages trying to be separated, brothers falling out the truth, congregations and uproars. The Lord said that is weak nature because all you got to do is repent. All you got to do is pray and fast and come to the Heavenly Father in sincerity, man. All you got to do is cry out. All you got to do is fast one more day for that one fast that you put, man. All you got to do is go harder for the Lord, man. He'll go harder for you. Read on.
Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
And don't let your thoughts cast you down, man. That's what a lot of brothers go through. The thoughts of man and the burdens and the suffering and the drunkenness of his life, it pulls them and it casts them down, man, mentally. And they don't know what they do and they drown in misery. Read on.
And haste thee to flee from these times.
And brothers got to hate Babylon so we get the hell out of here, man. The Lord said haste to flee from these times. Yeah, meaning hurry the hell up, man, and separate, man. Now, I was going to get that. This is also, too, we forgot to mention also a Q&A, too, about household. So any brother online or any brother in the classroom with your household, we want to tackle different points so we can make sure our household is cleansed before Passover. Luke 21 and 34. Right? It's very important, man. Right? Get the classic first in Sirach 27 and 3 before Amos get it. Sure. Right? Go to Sirach chapter 27 and 3.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Right, so this is the importance of being in the truth, right? Having the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And that's what a lot of Israel lacks. they lack the fear, right? When you lack the fear of the Lord's judgment, that means you're reprobate.
Right.
Right? Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. And us at Watchmen for Israel, we don't tolerate houses being out of order. Right? We're not being in your business. Right? But we're going to be in your business righteously. Right? If something's going on, look, it's our jobs to make sure everybody's on one accord, to make sure everybody's household is moving like a well-oiled locomotive, man. We on a one-track pace to get to the kingdom, man. So if you're being reprobate in your household, right, it's going to show in your marriage. It's going to show in the actions of your family. It's going to show in your understanding of the Lord. Right? Being reprobate is not tolerated in these last days, man. Right? So once you find out what the judgments of the Lord are, that should put the fear in you instantly. We was talking about this the other day. Right? Being scared to do things because the Lord will judge you. But those who don't have the fear of the Lord is going to be put to death. Them and their households. Right?
Now let's go to Romans 1 and 28. Right? Let's go to Romans 1 and 28. So this is dead serious, man. How many men in the Bible can we even think of off the top of the head? That man was off and his entire household got destroyed, man. We can name men right off the head, man. We can name Korah, Dathan, Abiram, right? We can name On. We can name Achan. You can name plenty of men, how they moved the water. Right? Their entire household was out of order, man. Read it out.
Khan. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
Hold on, read that. This is the main cause of being reprobate. If you want to wonder why people are falling out the truth, or why you see brothers and sisters 1 week, and then 3 months later you never see them again, or they entertain all types of bugged out doctrines, or they're lost and gone and they're freaking off in the night, this is the main reason why. Read it again.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
Because you don't retain the knowledge of God. You don't meditate on the precepts, man. Some people just hear the Bible like a Christian and then they go about their own way, man. You have to constantly meditate in this word, man. These precepts are telling wisdom, it's like Ecclesiastes 9 and 18, that wisdom is a defense, man. Or wisdom is better than weapons of war, paraphrasing. So many times you're in a situation, or you're dealing with adversity, or something arises in your household, you should have precepts to bank on to help you out in that situation, man. If you think carnally and think emotionally, you're going to move down the road of destruction. Anything that you're dealing with, the precepts should trigger in your mind like an automatic reflex to get yourself out of that situation or to provide a solution for the problem that you're in. And that comes with retaining God and your knowledge. It comes with meditating on the precepts. It comes with studying. It comes with reading, remembering the acts of our forefathers, and keeping that all in your mind. Right? Read on. So even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, what happened?
God gave them over
No man did this.
God gave them over.
Right?
To a reprobate mind.
To a reprobate mind. The Lord will give you to a reprobate mind, man. Like Amos said, man, you're void of judgment. A reprobate mind is a man who no longer fears the Most High. And he no longer believes that the Most High will punish him for his iniquity. And the worst thing about a reprobate is what? I'll show of hands. What's the thing about a man with a reprobate mind?
Basically go off seeking other worldly doctrines.
No, that's not the worst thing.
He think he's doing right.
He doesn't know he's reprobate. That's the word. He still think the Lord dealing with him. Right? Like the one I'm saying. That's the worst thing about a man with a reprobate mind is he doesn't know he's reprobate, man. He's still convinced that he's correct and it's false understanding. So what happened? Oh, go ahead, point.
I had a precept.
Come, let me get a little more than that, Bob can show.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
That's a broad precept, man. What's not convenient? Adultery, right? You start watching porn. You start doing things it's not convenient. What's convenient for you in this truth? Keeping the commandments, man. To bring about everlasting life. What's not convenient? Anything outside of the law, man. Smoking, walking after the ways of your flesh, indulging in all manner of profanation. If you're not retaining God in your knowledge, that's when you sin and go off, man. You understand? Anytime the precepts aren't in your mind, then you start walking after the ways of your heart, man. But when you keep the precepts in your mind, hold on, I can't do that. Matthew chapter 5 and 28 says this. Hold on, I can't do this. Okay, so right chapter 9 says this, man. Right? Okay, I can't do this. This precept says this. That's retaining God in your knowledge. So to prevent you from making reprobate mistakes in your household. Go on.
Verse 29. Being filled with all unrighteousness.
Now these are all of the demons that the Lord will put on you, right? These are the demons that come with a reprobate mind. Unrighteousness, meaning you're just willfully going off with us.
Fornication.
You might start dealing with all types of adultery, man. Right? You might be dealing with the Lord could put a homosexual spirit on you, man. All types of spirits. Go on.
Wickedness.
Just outright wickedness, man. Sorcery, right? Wizardry. Go on.
Covetousness.
You start wanting to possess other books, like in other doctrines. Go on.
Maliciousness.
You start hating your brother. Getting violent. Go on.
Full of envy.
For the most I put envy on you, man. Go on.
Murder.
Damn.
Debate.
Debate.
Deceit.
Deceit.
Malignity.
Malignity.
Whispers.
Right?
Backbiters.
Backbiters.
Haters of
What
God.
the Lord say?
Haters of God.
You will become a hater of God. Instead of a friend of the Most High could put the spirit on you to hate him, huh? And now you cursing out the Most High in your mind. Man, so why the Lord think he running stuff, man? And then you start thinking thoughts. We knew a brother, he would have thoughts, and I knew a sister, she would have thoughts in her mind telling her to, you could use, it's not the word forget. You know what the word was. It would be forget the Most High in her mind. She'd be praying that thought to be in her mind, right? Forget the Most High. And it wasn't the forget word. It was something else, right? It was a 4-letter word that wasn't forget that started with an F. And every time she'd be praying, she couldn't get that demon out of her mind. Then she ended up getting sifted out and falling back into the world, man. See, the Most High put them demons in your mind. Just forget the Most High. Forget the Most High. And you want to fight it, but them demons are so heavy on you because you're not retaining God in your knowledge. Read on.
Despiteful.
Despiteful.
Proud.
Proud.
Boasters.
Boasters.
Inventors of evil
And
things.
you start coming up with new things, man. Read.
Disobedient to parents.
Right?
Without understanding. Covenant breakers. Without natural affection. Implacable. Unmerciful. Who knowing the judgment of God.
Read that again.
Who knowing the judgment of God.
Every brother, you know what happens when your house is out of order, man. We don't sit there and you don't read to your wife or study with your wife, man. When you don't give your children the precepts, but you give them video games, man. Right? We don't have a schedule set up in your household, man. Right? Do you have the type of household where anything goes, man? You doing your one thing and, your kids, you don't know where they at, and, your wife, she damn freaking off texting damn real? Or do your house have structure, man? Does everybody know that the laws are written on the doorpost of your house, man? Right? So it says, who knowing the judgment of God, that what?
That they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Not what?
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Meaning you freak off on that and you love when other people freak off on that, man. That's a reprobate mind. So you want to make sure that your house is in order, man. You have structure. You have scheduling, you have things in course, you have everything in order. Your house can't just be a damn freelance, man. That's wickedness. You got it.
Come on, let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Right, this is speaking about the so-called white man, but it applies to those brothers, right, who don't have their house in subjection unto the Lord, man. Right, your foundation of your house shall always be Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right, if you get into a marriage just because of lust, because she has money, because she looks good, she smells good, she's elegant, right? She can sing. You're gonna fall apart, man. In the midst of everybody, right? It's not gonna stand. Your house has to be rooted on the foundation of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost before anything, right? Let's get that, King.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Right? And that's a reprobate man. Your soul gets lifted up, man. You feel like, I know the Most High. When you constantly going off, you constantly doing the things that the Lord hates. You're being reproved constantly for doing it, but you continue to go about it like it's no problem. Your soul that is lifted up is not right in you, right?
But the just shall live by his faith.
Right, let's jump to verse 16. So the just are going to live by the faith of the Lord, that the Lord will remove those demons. The Lord will remove those demons that are plaguing you. Right, that envy, that lust, everything we just read in Romans 1. right? The just are going to continue to fast, pray, search out to be better than they were the day before. But the reprobate man, he's going to keep puffing himself up and puffing himself up. Next thing you know, he's going to blow like a balloon. And there's going to be no more left in him, man. Because the Lord...
Thou art filled with shame for glory.
Right? So the Lord's going to fill your shame for glory. Right? The reprobate man, he's always in mirth. Right? It's a study that said a man that is in mourning all the time is more seasoned, has more understanding, and he's more knowledgeable. Right? So the Lord is going to turn your glory into shame. Right?
Salah. Verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
The Lord is going to reveal to everybody in Israel the demons that you and your household are playing, man. Right? It's not going to be it's how they do it on Maury. You are not the father. And then you go running off. No, the Lord is going to put you on blast in front of everybody. Right? That's not man that gets Israel put on blast when they do something wicked. That's the Most High. Unveiling and uncovering your foreskin, right?
The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
On your glory is going to be the Lord spitting on it, man. He's going to just continually spit on your glory because you're living a reprobate lifestyle, man. The Lord holds you accountable, especially us as men in this truth, on how we raise our family, man. Do your kids know that they're Israel? Do they know that they can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster? Do they know that they got to wear fringes? Do they know they got to keep a beard? If they don't, you fell in the Lord, man. You fell in Israel, man, because you raising up unprofitable children to the nation. What are we going to do with a child who doesn't know if he can eat shrimp, crab, or lobster? What are we going to do with a child who doesn't know not to hate his brother? Right? I know what the Lord's going to do. He's going to put you to death and your household, man. Right. That's why this is important, man. That's why it says, what's the title? Listen to this or die. Get your household in order or be perished with the 2/3 and get treated like a heathen.
Come. We can get the book of Mark chapter 7 and verse number 18. Because that all goes into being a hypocrite, huh? And there's a lot of hypocrites in this truth. They got fringes on. They got a big beard, right? They sitting up there with the chauffeur. They the first one to blow it, right? They think they know all things. They got the old understanding, and, I'm going to break that down, then I'm going to go twofold, and they feel like they some deep man. They know the prophecies. The Lord don't care about that, man. It's a lot of Pharisees in this truth, and hypocrites. Bring that out in the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 18.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse 18. And he saith unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him, because it entereth not into his heart.
And a lot of things enter in brothers' hearts, man, because they muster it up and they start entertaining. It's not even something they look at and then they look away. And they scatter all wickedness with their eyes like kings are supposed to do. They entertain these things. Then they get indulged with it. Then they start practicing it. Then it starts to become a lifestyle. Then they start to become something that they weren't 2 weeks ago, man. Next thing you know, they're out the truth. Right, Vidor?
But into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, That which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts, man. In your marriage, should never be an option to down put away your wife. But brothers get asked that question all the time. And brothers know the precepts, man. Brothers know about Mark 10, man. Brothers know about Matthew, the 19th chapter. Brothers know these things, but within are the evil thoughts, man. I'm going to put her away. I'm going to slap her. I'm going to put my hands on her. I'm going to get another wife. These are these demons that are mustering up to sift out your marriage, man. Read on. Adulteries. Now you going to hell off in the nighttime, man. Fulfilling your lust. Now a demon is telling you, I don't like my wife anymore. She's not, you know what? She's not pleasing to my eyes. Now you know what? I want to do this. I want to do that. Next thing you know, man, you're standing on the corner. Like that man void of understanding in Proverbs, the 7th chapter. Just looking for lust and anything. Read on.
Fornications.
Why does the Lord speak about adultery and fornication all throughout the Bible on a physical and spiritual level? Because the Lord hates all whoredom, man. Read on.
Murders.
Read.
Thefts. Covetousness. Wickedness. Deceit. Lasciviousness. An evil eye. blasphemy,
Blasphemy cometh out the heart. Read.
pride, foolishness.
So pride is the number one thing, if not the top three in marriages, man. Because nobody want to be wrong. Everybody want to be right all the time. Everybody think they have the right answer. Well, that's not according to the Lord, man. You got to be humble and meek in a marriage. You got to be humble and meek to know how to carry your household, man. Because you're not always right. You have to be reproved by the words of the Lord. Read on.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
That's right, man. Right, that's right. Now, I want to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and I want to read verse 28. Right? Genesis chapter 30 and 28. Let's talk about Jacob.
God. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 28. And he said, appoint me thy wages, and I will give it.
Right?
And he said unto him, thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me.
Right?
For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude.
So Jacob was laboring out in the field for Laban for well over 14 years to receive his wife, Rachel. He got Leah, but he really wanted Rachel. And he was out there laboring and he got the increase. Right, go on.
And Yahweh hath blessed thee since my coming.
And what?
And now.
No, 2 weeks from now.
And
I'll
now.
play Xbox forever.
And
I
now.
want to smoke weed.
And now.
Right?
When shall I provide for mine own house also?
You see the mentality of our forefathers, man. Right? I want to provide for my own house. He wanted to do that, man. He didn't want to sit around and be a nigga, man. Like Jake, man. You just sit around cracking your toes. You don't know how to fill out a job application. Right? You're wondering why you think that, oh, man, I'm going through the fire. Oh, boy, man, my landlord's beating on my door, man. The most side is dealing with me. No, brother. If you had a job, you would pay your rent, brother. Right? If you were working, then things would be taken care of, man. Stop confusing, like we always say, judgment and chastisement, man. You have to understand that certain actions that you do bring about the wrath of the Heavenly Father, man. Everything's not you, the Most High, dealing with you in a sense of Him purifying you through fire. Sometimes you're literally wicked, and the Most High is literally judging you. And you better take that judgment and repent, or it's going to get worse, man. So Jacob said, when shall I provide for my own house? Now that's physical. Your house should be provided for physically, right? Everything should be taken care of by the men of the Lord, man. And if your women work all praise, but the man, everything should be accounted for, man. You can't be a man. Give me real quick, Sirach 33. I'm gonna hold that. We're gonna go back to that. That's all right. Sirach 33 and 19. You can't be a man and your son's paying your rent, man. I know one brother, he had 5 wives, and they all worked, and he sat at home and played Xbox, and they paid his rent. And he said, I'm living a dream. Right? Where is it in the Bible, I'm living a dream? That's a Negro dream, man. That's not the dream of an Israelite, man. Sex dream. It's a damn sex fantasy, man. The Lord is not dealing with that, man. Bring that up.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33.
That's a real story, too. Right? Bring that up.
Chapter 33 and verse 19. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest.
What does that mean? Don't give them power over you. Don't give them your strength, man. Don't be somebody that you depend on them for your livelihood. Rather it's physical, rather it's mental, rather it's spiritual. Don't give your power and strength to anybody, man. Right? Don't be a yes man. Don't be what they call a butt kisser, man. Don't be none of those people, man. A simp. Don't be those guys. Read it again from the top.
God. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend.
A lot of brothers, you'll give your son power over you. Like King David through the Spirit, he gave his strength to Absalom, man. Absalom, my son, my son. And he's popping your wives, man. Under the sun. My son, my son. Right? No, your son is off, man. You don't give your strength to your son. Well, that's my boy. Right? No, that's not true. He's off, man. A lot of brothers, they get a white power over them, man. What do you want me to do? Okay, right now? All right, but I'm studying, right? Oh, get up for my studies? Okay, and then you can damn do what your wife told you to do, man. Here you are on a 2-day fast. Your wife said, here, eat. Here, eat, here, try this. I made this just for you. Right? And you do this. Okay. Right? And you don't even say nothing, man. You have no resistance in you. No willpower. You just break your fast and open your mouth like a creep, man. And ever put the food in your mouth and she say chew. Then she put her napkin on your nose and say blow. Right? And say blow like a damn kid, man. That's you giving your wife power over you, man. You let, hey, the Lord said, I'll hold that real quick. One more. Go to Sirach, I believe 25 or 22, man. You know? Don't let your wife have power over you, man. Meaning she come in, she calling the shots. She's playing mental mind games with you to get you to submit to her so she can have the authority over you and you cater to her will. Stop dealing with that, man. Brother, you gotta snap out of that Western mindset, man. You said what?
Happy wife.
Yeah, happy wife. That's what Denzel Washington said. They asked him on the red carpet at the Oscars one year, what's the key to your marriage? Because he's been married to his woman like 25 years, man.
Longer than that.
Oh, longer than that. He's an old guy, man. He's like 60-something. They've been married, I think, 30-something years. And he said, well, Denzel, what's the key to your marriage? And then his wife was in the back. She stopped. She was going that way, but she stopped. And she looked. And he felt her behind her, right? And he would have said something else, but he felt his wife behind him. So what did he say?
Happy wife, happy life.
Before they did the coon giggle. Well, you know, happy wife, happy life. And then his wife looked at him and did this and walked off, man.
It snapped and said, let's go.
Right, that Jada spirit. Man, there's a picture with Jada with her legs wide open like this and Will Smith sitting with his damn leg crossed, man. Right, that's the key example of giving your wife power over you, man. It's simple. Get up and slap her. Right, get up. Go on stage. But Jason, joke. Get your ass on stage. Right? Then he got up on stage, man. Hey, my woman would never convince me to slap a brother, man.
At all.
Right? About any gift. You gonna let him do that? You gonna let him do that to you? You gotta have some rule over your spirit, man. You know how many men get shot because their woman said you gonna let him say that to you? You gonna let him look at me like that? Right? It's 10 dudes, they all got guns. And they say, hey, look at her. And your woman say, you won't let them say something to me like that? And they got their guns aimed at you, man. Yeah, all right, I got you. Then you get shot, man. And they take your woman up, man. You know? So bring that up.
Come on. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 22.
Right?
A woman, if she maintain her husband.
If a woman maintains her husband, when you maintain, they have something called maintenance, right? What is the job of a maintenance man? To keep things in order. You have dominion over it to add pieces away, fix it, tighten things up, add things to it. You have complete control over what you're maintaining. They have maintenance man for ACs, for duct work, for anything, man. And they can do what they want to do, man. Right. And the maintenance man, he show up when he want to show up. He show up any odd hour, man. Because he know he's the maintenance man. You got certain men that have a woman maintain them. They're the maintenance woman for you, man. They have complete dominion to add and take away from your life. They control you. They pay the bills. They give you food. You get an allowance from your woman, man. You get paid bi-weekly, which is already hell. Let's say you get $2,000. Your wife says, give me the check, and gives you $200. And says, I'm gonna hold on to the 18. I gotta pay this, that, and the 30. Say, all right. And then you go freak off for the 200, man. So what do you think that's gonna do to your woman? Read on.
Is full of anger.
So now she's full of anger. Because now she's your mother. A woman's not looking to be your mother in a marriage. She doesn't want to be your mother. She wants to submit to a man of the Lord, man. I've never met one woman that said, oh, I can't wait to be his mother. Right? And you know how your mother is, she gotta take care of you, but she get vexed, man. Right? Go on.
Impudence.
Now she's full of impudence and what?
And much reproach.
So don't be the brother that's being maintained by your woman, man. She's calling the shots. She pays all the bills. Everything is in your woman's name. She has a life insurance policy on you. Right? That's madness, man. Now, real quick, hold on. Go back to Sirach 33, Bible Kashah. I want to finish that. So, give not their power, their strength. Go on.
Come on. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest.
Don't even let your brother have power over you, man. Right? Your brother said, look, I need you to get up and I need you to do A, B, and C for me, man, right now. And you get up and do it, man. Right? Or I pick Amos up like this. Get your ass over. And I throw him over there, man. And he put his head down with his thumb in the mouth and say, Con. That's off, man. You can't have no man just brushing your hair for you, man. Right? You're gonna be bringing out today, right? Instead of brushing your damn hair, man. And you say, yeah, I think I am gonna bring it while you reading, man. You can't have no brother fixing your collar. Remember that brother tried to fix your collar?
Try it. Yeah,
He tried to fix his collar, man.
Try it.
You know, at cat, man. You know, so read on.
And give not thy goods to another.
Don't give your goods to another. Here, brother, have my car. Here, brother, here's the keys to my house. I don't have another copy, but here, brother, I know you may need it. Come in anytime you want. Go on.
Lest it repent thee.
Lest you regret it. Now that brother is in your house in the middle of the night freaking off, man. Right? You gave him the key to your car. You want to go to work, and when you go out, your car is going, man. Because he's in Atlantic City, man. Doing God knows what. Now it repented you that you gave your goods to another and gave all your possessions to another man. Read on.
And thou entreat for the same
You gotta
again.
you gotta go get your keys back from this guy, man. You gotta go find out where the hell he is, man. You entreat for what you gave him. Read on.
As long as thou livest.
No, just for 3 days of your life.
As long as thou livest.
Read.
And hast breath in thee. Give not thyself over to any. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, than thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Right.
And all thy work.
And all your works in your household, mentally, physically, and your women shouldn't be breaking the scriptures down to you, man. She says, this is what's going to go on today, man. When you get in from work, I want you to take your shoes off, put them right there. Right? You come in with your shoes on, say, stop. And you say, what? You know the drill, right? So you spin around 3 times and take your damn shoes off, man. You know, and put your shoes on that rack. Say, put them on that side, right? Wash your hands. Then you go in, you gotta wash your hands, right? Then she come in, she says, no, you can't sit right, sit over there, man. That's your woman because they're maintaining you, man.
She's spanking with baby powder.
Yeah, tell you go take a shower, get in the shower, you stink. You know? Then you gotta go run your water, right? Clean up. That's off, man.
Crying in the mirror.
Yeah, you crying in the mirror, man. Kiss in the mirror. Pretending it's the woman of your dreams, man. Kiss Prince in the mirror. Go on.
And all thy works.
No, 3 of your works.
And all thy works.
Right?
Keep to thyself the preeminence.
It's okay to keep to yourself the preeminence sometimes. What's another word for the preeminence? So have some honor, some dignity, some self-respect, man. Right? Care about yourself, man. Remember, you're a king on the earth, brother. You're not just the nigga in the streets. This is not the damn Tyrese song with ghetto love, man. So how you gonna act? We know we be tearing up something that ghetto love. The Lord isn't dealing with ghetto love, man. You're a king on the earth. Act like it, man. Kings have their house in order. Kings walk in and they calling the shots, man. King David had stuff in order, man. He had the priests in order. He had the Levites in order. He had the singing men in order. He had the prophets in order. Everything was in order, man. Go on.
Leave not a stain in thine honor.
So summing up before I pass, the point of the matter is Jacob said, when shall I provide for my own house? You have to provide for your own house physically and spiritually, man. You have to provide for your household the precepts. Your women and children shouldn't be going to another man to get breakdowns and understanding. Right? Or stealing a phone and going through the phone to find another brother to talk to, man. In the middle of the night. That's off. Or ducking off in the bathroom watching another brother videos. Taking notes. Because she knows that you definitely don't have the answers. She just knows that. She looks at you and knows what you do in the house. So she wants to learn. And if a woman she's going to get it from another man. And you're going to figure out why she's not attracted to you anymore. How come she doesn't touch you anymore? How come she doesn't want to lay with you anymore? Right? Because she don't see no man in you, brother. She sees her son in you. And no right woman is attracted to her son. She's attracted to a king. So act like it, man. Get your house in order. You got it.
Let's go to Sirach. Salaki, Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 28. Right, to let me back on what the brother was saying with preeminence, man. You can't give anybody that jurisdiction over your life, man. Right, that man made a fool of himself at the Oscars, man.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they gonna get a divorce soon.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, man. It's just itching, man. That man's house has been a laughing stock for years now.
Yeah.
Right? It's getting out of hand. You can't give anybody that preeminence over your life. Right? Soon as they do, you give Jake an inch, he gonna move that inch to a foot, to a yard, to a mile, and then you have no say. Right?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit.
If you can't even control what you're doing, man, you get angry, right? Like the brother said, your wife is telling you when to get mad. Your wife is telling you what to think. Your kids are telling you what to think. A brother in the congregation, brother, you thinking like that? Why you thinking that? You're supposed to think what I think right now, right? You have no rule over your own spirit, right?
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
That means any and everything can get you out of the spirit.
Right.
It can get you to do anything to put yourself in jeopardy, your household in jeopardy. So you gotta man up and have some testosterone. Man.
Right.
You gotta be a man and put your foot down and say no, man.
Right.
Especially in your house, man.
Right.
Right? Being in your house, you gotta be the one who sets the tone of the house, man. Are you gonna have your house looking like the house of the ball? Or you gonna have your house looking like the house of David, man? And how do you do that? By setting things in order, man. Right? The kids are gonna look up to the parents. Right? The foundation that the parents lay, the kids are gonna hold on to it, man. Right? Train up a child early and he won't forsake the way. Paraphrasing. Let's go to Ephesians 5 and start at verse 24, man. This is how you start. By loving your wife. Right? Not just physically, right? Taking her to the bedroom, not getting her flowers, by loving her the way the Lord loved the church. How did the Lord love the church? He taught the church. He laid down his life for the church, gave the church understanding, went above and beyond for the house of Israel and the house of Judah, man. That's how we gotta love our spouse, right? That's how we have to love our wives, man. Give our wives instruction so they know how to be the sisters that they should be, the daughters of the Most High. They shouldn't be going to anybody else to figure that out. They should be coming to you, right? Let's get it, kid.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Right? So it shouldn't be the opposite way around like Babylon teaches you. Right? Oh, women grow up fast so they have more understanding.
Right.
No, the wives are in subjection unto the husband. Right. And you have to be a husband worth submitting to.
Right.
Right? Not just by speech, man, but by deed. You have to be the man that your wife can count on. You have to be the man that your children can look up to and be like, that's who I'm going to be like when I get older, man. The wives have to be in subjection unto the husband, like we're in subjection to Yahweh Shah, right? Keep reading, King.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it.
So the same way that Yahweh Shah loved the church is the same way you're commanded to love your wife. Right? A lot of brothers take for granted the gift that the Lord gave them. The gift of the Lord is a man to have a wife. Right? What does scripture say about a man who has no wife? He gonna go walking up and down mourning all the days of his life, man. He gonna be mourning, man. Brothers neglect the gift that the Lord gave them because they don't love their wives. They treat them like garbage. They talk to them anyway. Right. They don't show them the understanding. Salaki, give me I'm gonna give it to you something, right? Give me 1 Corinthians 7 and start at verse 33. Right? Now, with you men who are married, women are not the same creatures as us. They're not the same as us. Right. They're the weaker vessel. So to keep your household in order, you have to give yourself to let your wife know that she's cared about, man. That happy wife, happy life spirit is not going down. Right. But as a man of the Lord, you have to have a just balance, man. You got to be able to have a balance with your marriage, with your work life, your children, yourself, your brethren. Right? You got that triple beam balance, man. You really got to figure it out. Right, let's get there, King.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 33.
So like in a lot of marriages, they suffer because they say, "Oh, my husband doesn't show me affection." Oh, the wife, you got, I got you. The husband say, "I don't know how to love my wife. My wife doesn't want to hug me." Well, now y'all got to go back to the basics, man. You got to fall in love all over again, man. Right? You have to go back to the honeymoon stage, is what we call it. That honeymoon stage is when you get to learn each other over and over and over. Because as you change, your wife is going to change too. Right? Nothing stays the same. If it stays the same, it'd be boring. Right?
God. 1 Corinthians 7 and 33. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world.
Right? So if you're married, you have to care for the things of the world. Right? You got to figure out how to take care of your wife, what size shoe your children wear because their feet grow like every other second.
Right.
Right? You got to care for the things of the world. That's why it was better for Paul to say for a man to be like him. So he had more time to give unto the Lord. Right? But now that we're married men and the men who are married, you got to take care of the things of the household too, man. Right? You got to make sure your house is in order. You got to make sure that your wife needs things to clean up. You can't be like, use your hand. Scrub the tub with your hand. No, you got to go above and beyond. Because now her problems are your problems. Right? You become one flesh. Then you piss on the seat when you wake up in the morning, you don't clean it up. Now your wife is cleaning it up, but she don't have the stuff that she needs to take care of it. Now she been laboring all the days of the month. And now she want to have a good time. She want to go out. No, we can't go out. We're in captivity. I hate this. That's not a just balance, man. You have to love your wife the same way that Hamashiach loved the church. Right? How did Hamashiach love the church? Gave us wisdom, fed the church with fish and bread, gave up his life. Right? They was at a wedding. And what did the Lord do? They ain't have no wine. The Lord said, you know what? Let me get them some wine. Right? One of the first miracles he did. That's how you have to love your wife. Right? The things she need as a man, you have to provide. Or you're going to be doing what the brother Nakwam said. You're going to be taking your shoes off, kissing the mirror, crying, singing
Prince,
man. Then Carl Thomas.
Right.
Summer Rain, man.
Right.
Let's go back to Ephesians. And this is important, man. Right? It's important to show your wife affection. The same way you want your wife to give you affection, it works both ways. That's important of a marriage, man. It's important that you lay down the foundation as men so that you know what your household needs. Right? It's important for your children to see your kids hugging. For your children to see their parents hugging the water. Right? That's an important thing in a child's life. A lot of people didn't grow up seeing that, but now that we're in the truth, we erasing that stigma that the father's not in the household. Right?
Back in the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church.
That what?
And gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Right? So the same way that the church was cleansed by the Lord is the same way your marriage is going to be cleansed once you start loving your wife. Once you start taking care of your house, I guarantee you 90% of the problems will go away. Once you man up and start doing the things that the Lord commanded, all those problems will go away. I guarantee it. Right? Because women don't want much. Right? Maybe a gift here and there. Right? They ask you to take out the trash, you take it out. Stuff like that. Small things. Right? But the more you sit there and you hold on to your niggish ways, the ways of BET and MTV Jams, the further your household is going to be away from your Habashim Yahushua. Right? A couple more precepts and I got.
Verse 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
Right? So the Lord has nothing to do with a household that has blemishes and wrinkles in it, man. Right? The Lord don't want that. The Lord wants pure white. Right? And if you have blemishes, wrinkles, stuff falling apart, the Lord is going to cast it away and your marriage and your household will be overthrown. It's going to give your house to a better person. Right? While you 6 feet under the ground in the land of your captivity. Right?
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
Read that one more time.
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
Right? So you have to love your wife as you love your own body, man. And how the first thing you love your wife is not being a yes man, not being a simp, Not letting her be the man. Not letting her wear the pants. But you set the order how the house should go. You set the order of which way y'all gonna walk. You're gonna walk on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Right? So you ought to love your wife as you love your own body.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
If you love your wife, you love yourself. Because first and foremost, that's a daughter of Zion before that's your wife. That's a possession of the Most High. And you spitting in the Most High's face if you're not cherishing the gift and present that he has given you. Right? So brothers need to hold that thought fast, because that's important going into the Passover, man. You may be worthy of it to eat in your own mind, but your wife isn't. No, y'all one flesh. If she's not worthy, you're not worthy. If she's worthy, then you're not worthy, man. It don't work like that. Y'all one flesh. And everything should be moving on the same accord. If it's not on the same accord, it's out of order. And the Lord doesn't deal with things being out of order. He cast that away from him. He put the priest to death, Aaron's sons, for burning strange incense. The more and more you argue in your house and you out of order with your wife, you burn the strange incense into the Lord. Right? Because we're the priests of the Lord now. So the Lord is going to cast you out. You keep burning those strange incense, man. You got it, King.
Give me the book of Acts chapter 18 and verse 2. And that all goes into brothers working, man, and taking care of their houses, man. Instead of being on the couch all day, laying down. Damn, brothers are smoking weed and eating chips all day, man. Watching more. That's not going to have anything profitable to happen to your household for it to be overthrown, man. And brothers ask all the time, my wife is wicked, my wife is wicked. What the hell are you doing, man? What are you doing? You have to first examine yourself. Because the Lord overthrew your household for a reason. It wasn't because you was on fire, you was diligent, you was steadfast, you was fasting 2-3 times a week, you was shaking the hand, and you was all in order. Because the Lord is going to send demons to overthrow your house if you're not in order. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 2. And found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them. And because he was of the same craft, he abode with them and wrought. For by their occupation, they were tent makers.
Right, so he literally had a job. Now you can't just be waking up every day, you have no job, you have no responsibility, you have nothing to do. You just a big kid, man. You a kid, man, with a beard on. You a kid, man, with a big beard, right, and a staff, and know a couple of precepts. You got to grow up in this truth, man. You got to be born all over again. Being a man isn't popping willies, having 19 gold chains on, and a wad of cash, man. That's not being a man. Being a man is taking care of your household, being in order, instructing the children. These are the things that the Lord said that real men are, man. And the real man works. And the woman is not going to respect a man. He don't want to work and he doesn't work. He's just a big kid running around the house with his drawers on, man. Go to the book of Acts chapter 28 and verse number 30. Acts chapter 28 and verse 30.
Acts chapter 28 and verse 30. And Paul dwelt 2 whole years in his own hired house.
In his own hired house. So Paul wasn't running around trying to figure out what's going on, man. And Paul didn't have a woman. But if a certain man, you can't be going, a woman kicking you out. Now you have to go to your auntie's house. Now you got to go to your grandmother's house. The house out of order because everything's in your woman's name, man. Paul had his own hired house. Read on.
And received all that came in unto him.
Right, I wanted to bring that out. And Sirach 29 and 24. Sirach 29 and 24. So when men work, you have things in order, you have a job, you have your own house in your name. You don't want to lend or bow down or give your strength unto a woman. Because she'll say stuff like, get out of my house. You better, don't bring that up in here. But she'll have some type of spirit on her, man. Her chest will start being poked out and she'll feel like she has the preeminence.
Grow chin hair.
Right, she'll start growing chin hairs, right? Whiskers. Bring that up.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29 and verse 24. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth.
Right, and your woman kicking you out every Tuesday, right? Because she want to have girls' night. Get out of here, get out of here, shoot. The girl's coming over. And what can you say? You're not paying no bills.
Got no key.
You got no key. You don't know the code on the damn door. right? She see you from the little ring thing. She said, no, come back in 10 minutes. And you hear heavy breathing. You put your ear to the door, and she a woman tell you come back in 10 minutes, man. Read on.
Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks.
Right?
Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words.
Bitter words, man. Wash the dishes. Shut up. Get on. Be quiet. Time for bed. Clicking the lights like that. Now you gotta damn go to sleep, man. Because you're not paying the electricity bill.
Right.
And you'll be damned if your woman tell you lights out. You got no job. And she damn clicked the little string, man.
Right.
Now you gotta be quiet. Right, you know?
Come, thou stranger, and furnish a table.
And you know what, Slaki, you know what that means. Put the fruit, get the mashed potatoes. Now you become a servant in the house. Read on.
And feed me of that thou hast ready.
And on a deeper level, this is talking about a servant in the kingdom, man. This is how you're supposed to treat a damn servant and a slave. But certain men get treated like that because they're not taking care of their things in the household, man. Now, if you have a uncle or whatever the case may be, he doesn't know what's going on, and you can help your people, right? But in a situation where you're just lending and you're always borrowing and you're just always bowing down and you have no works or you're not working, you have no money, well, brother, you're going to have a miserable, bad life always, man. And this is what the Lord is talking about. You got to have some type of pride in you, too, not to want to live like this, man. Because a lot of people think I'm living a life. Oh, I can stretch my legs. That $3.18, I can spend it however I want. I don't got no bills. That's a nigga, man. Right, you know?
Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. My brother cometh to be lodged, and I have need of mine house.
Right, man, you got to get out. Whenever a woman tell you to leave or flee, or I'm having a family event, or I'm having girls' night, you got to stop, man. And what can you say about that? No, that's supposed to be your house and your name, just like Paul. Paul had his own house. Priscilla and Aquila, they were tent makers. Abraham, he had his own tent. Genesis, the 18th chapter. Things were, he had his own house. You understand? He had his own job. So these men, they were working, they were keeping the house in order. You know?
These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
It's going to be grievous to live like that as a man of understanding. You're not going to feel like you're getting away with murder. Like the brother said earlier, the brother got damn 5 wives. He stays at home all day trying to beat his last score of last week of 805. He's sitting up there with 804 and he's pissed off. And he keeps playing till he got crooks in his damn thumbs, man. Because he wants to beat that high score. And when his woman go home from work, the first thing she says to him, and she looks at him, she shakes her damn head, man. You don't want your woman to shake her head at you. And women don't always say things out loud. They'll look at you, oh, he's not really a man. Right. He's not handling his business. I wish he was more like Cardo. And you don't even know who that is, man. Right, read on.
The upbraiding of house room and reproaching of the lender.
Right, it's the reproaching of the lender. So that lender that's always giving you something is going to reproach them in that situation.
God,
That wasn't making point. That's why women like Tyler Perry movies so much, because they relatable, man. Right? They so relatable to women. They just be like, yo, I'm going through the same thing. Right? It's a movie, what's that joint? For Colored Girls. My wife told me about it. She said she watched that. She said she was scarred. Right? Because everything he was saying, I guess it was true. I didn't see it. She said now she thought every man was gay from that movie. Right? So you know, stuff like that be relatable, man. They be watching stuff, they be like, look, I went through this, I went through that, this, and that. Now you living out the stereotype of a typical so-called black man in a Tyler Perry movie.
Right.
You just not singing.
Right. I want to line me back on a right point. Go to Sirach, the 35th chapter. I believe on 26. 36 and 25.
I was holding that too.
Slide. The one. Sirach 36 and 25. Start at 24.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
And every man loves his possession. Jake treat their shoes and car better than they women, man. They scrubbing the dirt off their Jordans, man. And taking care of their fancy garment more than they take care of their woman, man. Woman had 8 in 2 days. 2 days her stomach is growling. And the kids are fainting of thirst, man. Because you're out off in the night doing God knows what, man. Go on.
A help like unto himself.
A help like unto himself.
and a pillar of
A
rest.
wife is supposed to be a pillar of rest, man. So when things are unstable and man is dealing with dilemmas and situations, his wife should be the comfort to be able to stabilize him through knowledge, comfort, and understanding. Go on.
Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
So a wife needs a husband, right? That's what it's saying. She needs a hedge of protection. Otherwise, wild beasts, serpents can come in and destroy that field. So there has to be a hedge set up, which is the man of the Lord, man. Go on.
And he that hath no wife
Now it works two ways, right? Now he that hath no wife
will wander up and down
can
mourning.
put a spirit on you, man. Looking at brothers and a wife, you're trying to go out with them, right? It's date night with this woman, and you want to just get in the back seat and tag along, ask them where they going, you know, trying to kick it at their house, want to do a sleepover. Brother, we're grown, brother. We're 30 years old, and you want to spend the night, brother. We're not dealing with that, man. Go home, man. You know, what are we eating? What's to eat, right? And he bringing down Pop-Tarts and Jumping Jacks, man. Bring that up. I mean, Apple Jacks, man. Read on.
God. Who will trust a thief well appointed
Who would trust a thief well appointed,
that skippeth from city to city?
right?
So who will believe a man
So who will believe a man
that hath no house?
that what?
That hath no house.
That hath no house that what?
And lodgeth wheresoever the night taketh.
See that? Who's going to deal with a man without his own crib, man? The Lord said no right woman in her right mind would deal with a man who's still living in his grandmother's basement. Grandmother comes down and says, where your drawers at? Here. Give me your socks. Come on. You gotta come up off the damn socks. Hold on. Then you ball them up and you shoot them in the damn washing machine. That's my baby. And then you get back to playing the damn video game, man. That's off, man. You have to have your own crib, for real, man. Like your brother said, have your own spot, man. It may even be a mean cottage when you read early episode right, the 29th chapter, man. You don't have to have a mansion. Have your own crib. A lot of brothers that want to get married, brother. We know a brother who's so-called allegedly courting a sister, and he still stays with his mother, man. Who buys some soap and boxers and a toothbrush, man. What do you mean you want to court a woman, brother? So the Lord said the man of the Lord should have his own house, man. Rather you got your house, you got your own condo, apartment, whatever you got, man. Now, with that being said, go to Genesis chapter 35 and 1. Right? It's okay, brother, right, to move out, brother. Let me just one more thing, real quick. It's all right to move out, brother. You know? It's okay, brother, to have your own crib, man. Right? You can pray as loud as you want to pray. Your mother don't have to come down. No moan. Look at those dishes, man. Right? No moan. She's talking about Passover. Maybe I pass the damn so-and-so, man. And they don't respect the Most High. You respect the Most High, man. They're kicking the damn door. Now, you like incense. That shit stink, man. Burn that. Put that out, man. That stink. Stinking at the damn house. Then she slammed your door and snatch your incense, man. And crush your piggy bank. So read that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35 and verse 1.
Right?
And God said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother.
Right?
Then Jacob said unto his household,
Unto his household. He charged his household. A lot of brothers are scared of their household. I'm scared of my wife. What will my wife say to me? All right, she's gonna keep the so-and-so away from me, man. If I say something, that means she won't lay with me tonight. If I correct her. Brother, what are you talking about, brother? Correct your damn woman, man. Stop making gods out of damn pleasure, man. Correct your household, man. Oh, boy, with my woman, she's not gonna make is damn Taco Tuesday. She's not gonna make tacos tonight. If I tell her she went off. Hey, if your household is going off, they going off, man. And a real man of the Lord is not gonna hesitate to correct them in wisdom. Dancing in the middle, man. Then next thing you know, she says, look, I don't need a ride home. Tony's gonna give me a ride home. Then Tony give her a ride home, man. And then she give him a ride home. So read on.
verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household
Then Jacob said unto his household,
and to all that were with him,
right?
put away the strange gods.
Do what?
Put away the strange gods.
What the man of the Lord say?
Put away the strange gods
Right?
that are among you, and be clean,
Put away the strange gods, be clean, and what?
and change your garments.
Meaning get right, man. That's what it means, man. Get your house in order, man. He didn't say, do you guys think you should put away your strange gods? Right? I don't know. He came in there like a man of the Lord and put away these strange gods, man. And be clean. Spiritually. Even physically, your house should be clean, man. Goddamn trash to the ceiling. Dirty diapers everywhere, man. You know, Legos in the damn bed, man. You had changed your sheets and God in 6 months. Filthy. Pillowcases brown. Toilet, the tub got that thick, nasty, dark ring around it. Damn black circle that don't go away. The side of the toilet, the nasty part of the toilet has never been cleansed. The trash is piling up. Right? But you out there, a cat, shaking the damn hand, man. That's off, man. You can't be out there shaking the damn hand and your house is filthy, man. Physically or spiritually, man.
That's right.
Hey, get your house in order, man. Have a cleaning schedule. Have a day when you damn wash the clothes, man. Right? Well, how the dishes are getting done, man. Taking out the trash, all that stuff should be clean, man. Your house can't be a damn. King Solomon's, I guarantee his house wasn't filthy. Or David, or Abraham, or Jacob, man. These men were clean and they were righteous, man. We're supposed to be a clean people. We purify ourselves before the Sabbath, right? Even our men, we washed our hands. We're a clean people, man. We have laws against uncleanliness, even emissions and bodily fluids. We're the cleanest people on the earth, man. In our natural estate, right? We're the cleanest, most healthiest people. But Jake, your damn house is filthy, man. Right? Your women take a shower every Tuesday. You're scared to say something. I don't know if I should say something to my wife. Right? You barely take care of yourself, man. So read it from the top, verse 2.
Con. Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household.
And Jake, take care of yourself, man. Right, it's all right to work out a little bit, man. Right, it's all right to get in shape, man. Right, it's all right for your family to get in shape, man. Get your house in order, man. Everybody just sitting around eating Funyuns, man. And doing God knows what, eating Chinese food, man. Read.
And to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you.
Yeah, put away that Christianity. Put away that idolatry. If your woman got pants, hey, put away those pants. I don't want to see those no more. Right? We're going to get you some dresses. Right? Every week we're going to get you a dress. Here's some websites I found, whatever. You find something, we're going to get you some dresses. That's how you do it, man. Right? Your son, what size shirt you wear, you going to have some fringes on. We're going to get you some fringes. You take the initiative and you get your house in order, man. That's how it works. Go on.
And be clean.
And you should know what's going on in your household, man. Right? You should know you can't come in and your daughter's gone. You know where she's at. She's over Rail House. Rail is 21 years old. Your daughter's 15. She's over there with Rail and T and Jamal. Salaki. Right? Sorry, brother. She's over there with Rail and T and Jamal, man. And your son is off, man. You should know the business in your house, man. You should know what your wife is doing, what your son is doing. You shouldn't be coming home and what'd you do today? Right? What happened today? You should know what happened today, man. Everything should be figured out and planned meticulously, man. Go on.
And be clean and change your garments.
And be clean and change your garments, man. Meaning put away the idolatry and that filthiness and be clean on a spiritual level. Everybody should be white and pure. Hey, on a Sabbath day, your family should be praying. Every day. Y'all should be praying together, man. When y'all wake up in the morning, hey, get your household up. If you wake up early, hey, get them up early, man. And look, we about to pray. Right? Get up, come on, we about to pray. Put your hair wrap on and put your so-and-so on. We about to pray right now. That's how it works, man. Right? You get them up, let's say 8 in the morning. All right, look, we about to read some scriptures, man. Right, before we go to bed, look, we're going to go over these scriptures, man. And when I get off to work, look, I get off at, let's say get off at 8. Get off at 8 p.m. When I get in, make sure this is ready. We're going to go into some scriptures. We're going to do this, man. Set the order, man. Stop coming home and trying to figure out what to do, man. What do I do today? Right? Brother, you only got so long in this captivity, man. Time is money, how they say, man. And every second count in this thing, man. So you gotta make plans, you gotta make moves, man. You know?
I make quick.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh.
It's like you call goodbye at one. He told her one.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay.
Kanye, let me back in Sirach 36 and 24. It reads, it says, "He that giveth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest." Right. So, so for brothers or as men, if your household is out of order, right, you know, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, right? That your woman, she's gonna be like unto yourself. So if you
Right.
being a nigga and your woman, she's going to become a nigga, especially if she has to step up, right, and take care of you as if you know she's your mama in this thing, man. And then that pillar of rest but becomes a pillar of a wrath, a malice, man, a turmoil, and all hell in our soul. That verse.
Now, I was saying, verse 2, that's where they get that saying, cleanliness is next to
Yep.
godliness.
Let's go to Psalms 101 and verse 2. Right, Psalms 101 and 2. You know, when I was younger, man, my mom, she went to work early. You know, she'd be up at like 4 in the morning, and I'd leave some dishes in the sink. She'll wake me up 4 in the morning, man. Get up. Like, come on, I still got 3 hours to sleep. Get these dishes. Right? Your wife shouldn't come home and wake you up. You just got off of work talking about clean these dishes, man. Right? Make sure that you're doing what you gotta do. Now, you know, us as men, we can keep it real. We ain't the most sanitary. You know, sometimes we be lazy, throw some dishes, bow, may throw your socks somewhere, your pants somewhere. But we gotta do better with that too, man. Like the brother said, we are clean people, man. That's a cut, man, because sometimes I just be throwing my socks down.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I just be like, dang. You know, but we really gotta do better with that, man. Like, you got
Quick point.
Yeah, this I saw on Twitter. This one sister tweeted. She's in the truth. All husbands are known for throwing their clothes everywhere and losing their remote, man. She said that's what they do, man.
What?
Right?
Hey, that's you lose a remote in my house, man. All hell breaking loose, man. I'm flipping over beds, man. But let's go to Psalms 101 and 2. That's true, man. Men are known for that, man, and we got to do better with that because that's laying more burdens on our wives, man. Right? We don't need to throw more burdens on our wives, especially if you have a household with children. Right? We got to do better. That's a cut to all of us, man. We all got to do better on that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 101 and verse 2. I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way.
Right? So us as Israelite men, we have to behave ourselves wisely and in a perfect way. Right? Coming short is not satisfactory in this truth, man. We gotta behave ourselves in a perfect way. We have a perfect breakdown of how we should go about things, right?
Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart.
You gotta walk within your house with a perfect heart, man. You can't have secret traits and trains in your heart, and your family think that you being upright. But when you go out, you got a totally secret life, man. Right? In the truth, your name is I don't know what's the
Mayaka Allah.
Mayaka Allah, right? But outside, when you go out there, right, everybody call you Moneybag 20 gauge, something crazy like that, man. Right? When I be walking out, somebody call me by my government, I'll be looking at them all crazy, like, who you talking to, man? Right? You have to have a pure heart within your house, man. Right? I can't be Amos at school, and then I be Amos, or I be I ain't gonna put my name out there. Right. Yeah, be a whole wild thing outside of the congregation, man. You gotta walk within your house with an upright heart, man. Everybody in your house should be moving in the same spirit. And I told a brother that before. I said the same spirit you moving in, your wife gonna move in the same spirit, man. Right? It may not be the same approach. It may not be the same way that they say it, but it's the same spirit because y'all are one flesh. So if you moving in malice, if you moving in disgrace, and you moving in sneakiness and all manner of lewd folly, your wife is gonna move in the same way. It's gonna be turmoil. You're gonna look at her phone, and you're gonna be like, yo, who is this? You're like, I don't know. I don't know who this is. Next week, why is this number coming up? Then it saved his mom too. I knew this person forever. That's my mom too. But why the number just get there? Right? That's the that 112 song. That what is this? Numbers in your pocket. I heard that today. I said that's awful, man. That's an awful situation to be in. He's standing in the elevator. Like, that's a sad scene. Got his head down. You gotta
He
keep
said, Jaheim said he found the numbers in her phone. You better put that woman
put
first.
that woman
Yeah,
first,
put her
man.
first. That's off.
Man, you better walk
Yeah.
in your house with an upright heart, man. Cause the way you're moving in the spirit, your house gonna move in the spirit. Right? Once you know you going off and you know things around you falling apart, that's on you as a man to get yourself in order, man. And we're not saying this because we ain't never been through nothing. We done been through hell back, up to the moon, came back. We done been through everything, man. So wisdom working experience. Right? So make sure you're walking in your house with a clean heart.
Quick precept.
Just let me back. Real quick, Hosea chapter 4 and 14, 4 and 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
And that's a mean precept when you read it. Because the Lord will overthrow you and then make your wives and your daughters whores, man. You can read that again, King?
They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms.
Right, because we committed spiritual fornication. We went against the Most High. We dallied with harlots and all of these different things of the land, and we bowing down and making all of this incense, and we trying to hide and creep off. The same thing that men do on a physical level, cheating and committing adultery. Read on.
Because the shadow thereof is good.
Right, meaning nobody can see you.
Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
And that's how the Lord get down, man.
And I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For they themselves, are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall.
And imagine that, man. You went the hell off. Now your wife, she done laid down with 3 men in one day, man.
Damn.
In one night. You crying to the Lord with all of these tears, but the Lord is not going to judge him. Because that's your judgment for him going the hell off, man. And that's how the Lord will get down. I can't even imagine this. The whole land is nothing but whoredom. Your daughters, your wives, everybody freaking off. They doing whatever they want. They hiding. You hearing screams and yells and knocks and moans. And then the men of that town, it's nothing they can do about it. It's no cry they could do. It's no prayer they could do. Because the Lord put them on that, man. Because they were doing God knows what, entertaining all of these spiritual demons, man. And the Lord can do that to you on a physical level now today. The Lord doesn't change, man. You want to bow down to that Xbox, that lewd, that strange woman, and so-called USA, man, and the Lord will have your woman doing the same thing. Now she's getting ravished at work with a work husband.
Right.
She's watching all of these TV shows and dates, and she says she want to watch it for entertainment, but she's just watching it for those men to take their shirts off on the beach.
Right.
Right? With damn martinis in their hands, man. You don't know that's going on in the TV show.
Right.
You kind of peep in your head in the TV show, and then you see the man, the host. All right, we got 2 singles, and
Right.
and you leave, man. Then she fast forwarded to her favorite part, man. Go to the book of Genesis, Baba Gashar, chapter 18, in verse 5.
Sick. It's off.
Genesis chapter 18 and verse number 5.
This is the book of
Real quick point. I know a certain sister, she only dressed herself up when other men would come around, man. She never did it for her husband. When they went out with other men, she did it so other men could see her, man. She said, man, listen, I don't care about this nigga. My bad, hell, he's simple. He don't do nothing. But that brother, he gonna see me tonight. I'm gonna look good. And that's all they live for now. Just one eye contact with another man. To fulfill their lust till it builds up to wickedness, man.
Right, and this is an example of how to get your house in order when you come home. Right, it's literally in the scriptures. If you don't know what to do, hey, we're gonna follow Abraham. Let's go to the book of Genesis 18 and verse number 5.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 5. And I will fetch a morsel of bread.
Now let's put this in common terms, right? Because this is the ancient world, but that's equated to modern day living. Now, Abraham was inviting these angels over his tent. Now, modern day, you may have the brothers come to the house, or whatever the case may be, your family. Right, we doing?
And comfort your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. For therefore are ye come to your servant.
Now, let's start right here. Like brothers have been bringing out through the mighty precepts. How can you be a good host in your house if it's not your house? If you don't own it. You don't know where the dishes are. You gotta clean up the sink, right? You don't know where the chicken is. You don't even know what's in the freezer, right? No, Abraham, he's bringing these men to his house, and he's saying, I'm gonna set everything in order for you to eat, right? You know?
And they said, so do as thou hast said. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal.
Right, make ready quickly some food, man. You got a man coming home, and you could be coming home from work, the grocery store, whatever you going in righteousness. You coming home, you come to your wife, and look, make ready quickly, right? You know, some chicken, you know, some lamb, some beef, whatever the case may be. Set the house in order. Let's see if the woman is in order. Let's see if I don't want to cook that. Let's see what goes on righteously. Read on.
Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hastened to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed.
Right, and I want to harp on a quick point in verse 7. Because we're going to read that again. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf.
Meaning he did not leave everything to Sarah. He didn't just come home and say, do everything, and it is what it is. I'm a man, and then he walked out, did whatever he wanted. It's okay to help, man. You bring her home the money, but you can also wash your dishes from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to be over-righteous. You said what?
Carry the groceries. Got her.
Right, yeah. You can carry the groceries. You can help around the house. You can't say, well, this is woman's work. You got your woman, she got 19 groceries. Then she got a watermelon between her legs, and she's walking. And she's about to drop something. And all you do is open the door, man. And say, well, this is woman's work. Have you read the book of Tobit? And that's off, man. You got to help your woman out. Just like Abraham did. Read on.
And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hastened it to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and he set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat.
Right, there's no account of Sarah saying, I don't want to do this. Oh, I'll cook another time. Or explain to me who's eating and why. No, that household was in order. He came in, and then he said he hastened. Like, if you tell your woman something hastily, a lot of brothers got to explain why. Well, can you make this dinner, da-da-da? Oh, why? Well, who's coming over? For what? What time? I don't know about this. You didn't even discuss it with me. I mean, did you even... The sun is about to set. I was in the midst of watching my show. And that's not biblical, man. Hey, do what your husband says in order. If he says to hasten to do this in order, hasten to do it. And husbands help your wives also in the household.
Come on. And I want to make a point too. Can you go to 1 Corinthians 7:2? A lot of problems in the household, you know, we're adults here, and those who are not in the classroom, cover your ears, come from lack of intimacy, right? A lot of problems come from lack of intimacy, man. So with that being said, man, get intimate with your wife, right? That'll ease a lot of tension if you get what I'm saying, right? Let's bring that out.
God. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Right, so you're not going off doing Lord knows what at night.
Right.
Get yourself a wife, man. Right, scrolling, start doing things you don't have no business doing.
Yeah.
Right, hopping. They got a thing called the Baltimore chat line back in the day. Maya know about it. Yeah, man. It was a Baltimore chat line, man. You get on there, you talk to people.
Them nasty websites.
Them nasty websites, man. To avoid that, get yourself a wife. Not saying you a freak or nothing, but you from Baltimore, so you know about it. Yeah. See? Right? Keep on.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife,
Right.
and let every woman have her own husband.
Right.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Right. What does that mean? Put it down. Put it down when it's time to put it down. Yeah, like the brother said, I'm not gonna say it though, right? When it's time for it to go down, it's got to go down. Because a lot of times, you have built up anger, man. You dealing with all this stuff in Babylon, man. You like, look, man, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna take a shower. My wife gonna light some incense, we gonna have some wine. It's the pillar of rest. Now you're gonna have a lot more ease and stress, right? Come on.
Real quick. This Genesis chapter 24 and verse 67. Real quick. It reads, and Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. What comforted Isaac? Did he go to a psychiatrist? Right? Did she cook him a good meal? What comforted Isaac? Right? Rebekah comforted Isaac. And that's stressful. Your mother died, man. Your father's getting old. You know, your top servant and all the possessions are gone. You're dealing with a lot of stress. You're working in the field. Hey, brothers need, he got comforted by his woman, man.
Right.
Now, there's another one real quick that tells you in 2 Samuel, you have to get the account, that David comforted Bathsheba again, and she gave birth to Solomon, man. So, your wife might be dealing with a lot of stress, dealing with a lot of, whatever the case may be, it's the house a mess, and she's worried about this, she got to take care of you and all of this, and hey, that works vice versa, man. When we get that account, it says David, you got it?
2 Samuel 12 and 20.
Can I get that real quick, brother? Sure. 2 Samuel 12, bring it up, King. So, we're all adults, man. Right? All the kids go watch VeggieTales Bible stories.
I got it.
Okay, this is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 24.
Right.
And David comforted Bathsheba, his wife,
And what?
and went in unto her.
And did what?
And went in unto
We
her.
read her love story.
And went in unto
So
her.
how did he comfort his woman, man? Hey, she was stressed out, man. Their child died earlier, man. Her husband died not too long ago. He got killed, man. She feels guilty. She probably feels like I'm just off, man. I shouldn't have did that, right? David dealing with a lot. Read it again from the top.
God. And David comforted Bathsheba, his wife.
Some women actually work too, man. They have jobs. They may be catching hell from the so-called white man too, man. Right? They say, can I touch your hair at work? Esau making her work late, man. People damn doing whatever to them, man. Flirting, you got men trying to flirt with your woman, and she gotta hold it down and remain faithful, and it's eating her up inside. And hey, women deal with a lot, man. You're not the only one that deals with things, man. Women have stress too, right? So David comforted Bathsheba, his wife, and what?
And went in unto her.
Right. He went in unto her. Go on.
And lay with her.
Right.
And she bare a son.
And she bare a son, which is a beautiful blessing. Go on.
And he called his name Solomon.
See what happened? You see how Solomon was born? The pleasure that came with sleep. Like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon in the 7th chapter. That's the pleasure that comes with sleep, man. So we need to be confident about one another in this thing.
His name is Peace.
Right.
He's brought peace.
See that?
Right?
That's right.
So let's read verse 3 one more time.
God. Back in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Right? And no laying down with each other doesn't solve all your problems.
Right.
Don't think that at all. That's the furthest thing that you should think. But when it's stress in the house, when it's tension amongst you and your wife, when things aren't on good terms, sometimes you gotta play some Marvin Gaye. You gotta let the Marvin Gaye go. Now, there's a stipulation up to that as well, right? Let's read verse 4.
God. Verse
Right.
4. Verse 4. The wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife.
Right? Y'all one flesh, man. Right? If your husband says, look, it's time to do it, it's time to do. Your wife say, look, I like how you was doing whatever. And she like, let's go. You gotta do what you gotta do, because you gotta give due benevolence, man. You know, I know it's funny, but it's the truth though, man.
Right.
That'll avoid a lot of fornication.
That's right.
You won't be scrolling. You won't be looking at stuff you don't have to be looking at.
She burning.
Right, she's burning.
Looking at Ralph.
You sitting there having dreams about stuff you shouldn't be doing, and you get to touching. You gotta avoid these things by giving due benevolence when it's due.
She having dreams about brothers in the congregation.
Now that's all. That's all. And stuff like that'll happen, man. Stuff like that'll happen.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
Right? So defraud not the time one another unless it be consent of a time. Right? Y'all gotta come. Look, baby, tonight we're not gonna do that because tonight we starting this fast. Right? Tonight we fasting tonight until tomorrow night. So we can't do it. Right?
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinencies.
Right? So the only time that you and your wife should avoid doing that is during the Sabbath and the high holy days. Right? Because a lot of people say the Sabbath is no, it's not okay. The high holy days and the new moons and fasting and praying. That's the time y'all avoid coming together. Or after she gave birth to a child. Right? But don't defraud one another, man. Right? Now you don't know a brother when he's defrauded. He's gonna be walking around, he's gonna be bad.
Tight.
Yeah, give you a strong shalom, hit your back all hard. Right? A brother look at you crazy. Right? You know, things like this happen, man. Now, if you're going through that, get counsel. If you and your wife aren't being intimate and y'all need help, get counsel. Right? Be like, look, I think we need to talk about this, man. Because something's not going right and we need to fix that. Right? That goes back to what we was talking about. Right? You got to care for things of this world, man. Right? Had date nights.
Yeah.
Right? Date nights are important. Right? Surprise gifts. You go out to get something to eat. Don't come back with just a sandwich for yourself. You got 8 people in the house. Oh, I thought y'all ate. No, bring back food for everybody. Right? That's what nigga. That's a niggard. That's a definition of a niggard right
Slice
there.
of pizza.
Right, one slice of pizza, man. Right, these things are important, man. Intimacy is important in keeping a household in order. Right? The Lord wept, right? Because Lazarus died.
Right.
The Lord wept because he knew his time was coming. Right? He asked the disciples to come and just tarry with him, man. That's an intimate thing to do. He showed the transfiguration. That's an intimate thing to do. Intimacy is important, right? You got to keep.
And I wanted to touch on another thing about that as well. You know, just because, you know, your wife, you know, she got to do whatever you want to do, you know, she should enjoy to do it too. Shouldn't have her damn arms folded all the time and her lips poked out and don't want to do it all the time, man. You got to be, how they say, you got to keep yourself up. Throw some frankincense and myrrh on, man. Get your hair cut. Be clean.
Call me beard.
Salakia, everybody see Baby Boy, right? Baby Boy ain't have no resolution at the end of it. He ain't go get a job. He ain't do nothing, but she got pregnant again, man.
Right.
That stress reliever will help you out, man.
Right.
It'll help you out.
Yeah.
It might not light a fire under your ass, but it'll help you out, man.
Right. And you got to keep yourselves up too in marriage, man. You don't want your woman, she got the same cornrows in for 4 months. Now it's cornrows and it's a bush on top of it, man. And she just greasing the bush. Forgot about the cornrows. Damn. She just said, forget it, man. Gotta make the best of this situation. Now you gotta keep yourselves up too, man. You know, you're gonna want, like the brother said, you're gonna want to enjoy that thing, man. You don't want to do it just because it's a damn, you know, something to do, da-da-da-da-da. Now you gotta enjoy doing these things, man. You can get the book of Proverbs 17 and verse number 1. Gotta make it an event, man. Not as something to do.
God.
Bring it up.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse 1.
Right?
Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifice with strife.
There you go, man. That's plain. Better is a dry morsel. Man, it's okay to have little to nothing, man, and quietness in your house. You don't need that Benz. And now y'all broke in y'all marriage. You don't need that new coat or that jacket, or you don't need 19 wives. You don't need all of these things. All you need is what the Lord going to give you, and be content therewith, and be having peace in your house. Then all of this content and strife, now you got to altar up 1,000 sacrifices. Now you have all of these different things in your household that's bringing it down to shambles, man. You don't want to have 19 wives, and then on the other just balance of that, your woman is unhappy. Now spirits all in the house. All of that by fulfilling your lust and your desires. Now y'all both have a bank account. She work and you work, and you spend all of the damn money up, man. She checked the bank account and it say $7.18, man. Right? Then she come looking at you like, where is all their money gone? And you say, man, it is what it is. 1 Corinthians 11:3. I had to think for you, because you don't know how to spend that loot. And just look down at her, man. That's off. So you gotta literally be a just judge too. And you gotta have just content with the Lord give you, then having all your desires and nothing but strife in the household, man.
God, let's go to Job chapter 1 and verse 1. Right? Let's go to Job 1 and 1. So every brother's bringing out excellent points, man. Right? That's one of the videos you have to go back and rewatch it, man. Take some notes and make sure your house is being cleansed of all manner of leaven before Passover, man. You have Passover coming less than 2 weeks away, man. And I don't know about brothers, but I want my household to go in on fire, man. Go in clean. Nothing better than when you go into the high holy day and everything's in order. Everything's clean. Everybody's on fire. Just get off a fast. You got some reading in, and y'all walk in, and everything's in order, man. There's no greater feeling than that, man. So let's read that.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
Oh, he was a nigga.
And that man was perfect and upright.
Right?
And one that feared God and eschewed evil.
You have to fear the Most High and abstain. When it says eschewed, meaning he shunned it. He didn't deal with it. Right? That's what the word eschewed means. Anytime evil came his way, he gave it the stiff arm. Right now, I want you to jump down to verse 4.
Verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
Right?
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
See what Job did for his household, man? He got up early in the morning. He wasn't waking up at 1 p.m., man. Trying to figure out what to do, man. And the men of the Lord rise up early, man, and get their house in order, man. Call his sons, hey, we're going to sanctify. I'm going to sanctify you, man. This is before the Levitical priesthood. The fathers acted on behalf as the priests of the household, right? What we call the patriarchal priesthood. Abraham was a priest for his family. Jacob was a priest. Noah was a priest. These men were the priests of the Lord that did the offerings. Now, it says, it may be that my sons have sinned, man. Right? And your household may be going off, man. Right? And your wife might be dealing with something. Your sons might be dealing with something. They might be thinking wicked thoughts. You have to be the mediator on your household, man. And go and make intercession to the Most High on behalf of your household continually. It says Job did this every day. He woke up early in the morning. Even he may have wanted to get some sleep, man. He may have wanted to kind of kick it in and relax, but he had an obligation. Like all of us have obligations, man. To rise up, it's like real quick, King, to rise up early in the morning, pray over your household. Hey, so right to pray that the Lord forgive your wife, man, for things that she may have done. And your sons, your daughters, man. For the argument y'all may have had, or she was off, or you was off, whatever, man. That should be a continually thing, not just once a month, or every time y'all just fast once in the blue moon. The men of the Lord should be getting up, and while the first thing they praying when everybody sleep, they're praying for their household to be on fire. Praying for their household to be diligent, man. Going on fast for their household. And said Job did that continually. And didn't even say his household was off. He said, in the event, he said, it may be that they went off, man. Right? They probably, I don't know. But I'm not taking no chances with my household. I'm going to get up early in the morning, whether they did it or not. I'm going to sanctify them, and I'm going to cleanse them, and I'm going to make sure my house is ran in order, man. And that's what made Job a perfect man. Not because he knew the end. Where's the account of Job knowing the in-depth breakdowns? And he went into the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Right? And Job was out there telling them, look, when you go into the book of Ezekiel, he didn't have the book of Ezekiel, man. Job didn't have the book of Daniel. He didn't have the book of Jeremiah to make him a perfect and upright man. What made him perfect and upright? 2 things. He feared God and shunned evil. That's what makes you perfect and upright, man. That's Job 28 and 28, man. So that's a perfect man who fears the Most High, sets his household in order, and then gets away from evil, man. A lot of brothers entertain you, but they on Instagram, that nasty scroll bar. You know what's going to pop up in the dark night, man. They dead in there reading your mind. They feeding off your demons. Then you in a search bar, and you just keep looking, right? Then you scroll. And the more you look, the next one pop up just like it.
You know why that stuff come up? It's because it's what you look at.
Right.
What you be liking and looking at. That's why it show up.
And whatever you look at for too long, it keeps popping up over and over.
We should start doing search bar checks.
Yeah, we do fringe check and search bar checks, man. On IG, a lot of brothers gonna forget their password, man. They're gonna forget their password, they're gonna delete the app. That's a good thing, man. Search bar check, man. You know, then you start seeing where brothers really getting freaking off on them, man. You know? So that's the point of the matter. Yes. Oh, you got something?
I got something.
Okay.
Right, you can get the book of Psalms, chapter 45. Right? Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 45. In verse, I'm gonna start at 13.
Con. This is the book glorious within. Her clothing is as of wrought gold.
Right, so the daughters of Zion, y'all gotta make sure that y'all on fire too. We getting on the men, but it's not all on the men, it's a just balance as well. The women gotta make sure that they're reading and praying and working out their own salvation. Now the man could be on fire, he reading, he praying, he fasting, but you entertain all manner of demons, man. You don't care, you're not reading, you're being proud, you're not applying the precepts. It's not just about reading the precepts, you have to apply it. If you're reading them all day, you'll be nothing less than a damn Pharisee or a Christian or a reprobate, man. Or somebody that's just not in this thing for real and just playing with yourself. You have to actually apply. Now, you can read 19 precepts or you can read 1 precept. Now, you got to apply that 1 precept. That can literally help your whole life. That second that you apply it. Or you can read 19 precepts, don't apply anything, come to camp and then be bugged out, man. As if you're applying or reading and you're mighty. It doesn't matter how much you read and you don't read 17 chapters for the day. But did you apply what you read? Is the only thing that the Lord's going to require, man. Your fruit and what you're bringing forth. Right, read on.
Con. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of needlework.
Right, and this is on a deeper level. It's talking about Israel, but it's through the spirit too. That don't mean the women got to have the freshest, all the garments on and all of these different silk materials and all of these different things. Your inward, your heart, your spirit, what you're clothed in. Now the man, he's going to be clothed in the helmet, the garments, all of the things with a spirit. But the women, you know, they're delicate. Just like in Proverbs 31, they're going to be clothed in silk and other things. And that's your spirit. You got to make sure you building it up as a woman as well. Read on.
The virgins, her companions, that follow her, shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palace. Instead of thy fathers shall be thy children, whom thou mayest make princes in all the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever.
And that's why you got to look on the inward too, not just the outward. Not about your house. Do I got this and I got the chandeliers and I got the curtains and all of these different things and I got the biggest menorah and I got the paint. I got blue and green and I got this. No, what's your inward spirit looking like? That's what it's all about, man. You got 2 types of fruit, and a lot of men, they just focus on the law and bringing forth fruit in the law, but you also got fruit in the spirit. Now, if you're a man and you're a tree and you look at your fruit, you can't just look at the law aspect, man. Are you bringing forth fruit in the spirit with temperance, patience, love? All of these different things make or break your tree as well through all different seasons. When the wind is blowing, when the elements change, these things are very important as men. I'm going to get this quick precept in the book of 2nd Esdras, I believe 9 and 31. Second Esdras chapter 9 and verse 31.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 31. For behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you.
So yeah, we want to bring forth fruit in the law. We want to be able to keep the dietary law, the ceremonial law. We want to know what to do if we come around a dead body. We got to know what high holy days to keep. Yeah, the Lord's sown that understanding and that law within us to bring forth fruit. But is that the only thing we're going to bring forth fruit in? And hate our brother? Not be compassionate, not have temperance and love, and just bring forth fruit on a physical aspect of things we can see, and we damn doing all the checks for the mold in the house, and we doing everything just according to the first 5 books? Are we going to bring forth fruit in other ways, man? Which goes into compassion, right? Like the Lord says, such as there are no law, paraphrasing. Now, can you get Matthew chapter 18 to verse 33? Matthew 18 and 33. So on that tree, you don't want to just have the fruit of the law and not have the fruit of the Spirit, because you're not going to make it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 33. Shouldest not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee?
And a lot of brothers got to have compassion for their wives, man. No matter how weak they are in the spirit, because they're very vulnerable to demons, man. And you may be on fire and steadfast and doing everything you can do, and Satan, the only way to sift you out is to hop on your woman. Because your reading prayer schedule is always on time. You always giving to the homeless. You have charity. You have love. You don't have envy in your heart. But your woman, on the other hand, she's just open for spirits to hop on her to take you down. Because y'all one flesh. And whatever she battles with now by subjection, you have to battle with. Read on.
And his Lord was wroth and delivered him to the tormentors till he should pay all that was due unto him.
So you have compassion for your household. The Lord will deliver you unto tormentors, man. The spiritual demon Satan. Now you're dealing with all of these different demons, right? You was on fire. Now your woman broke down. She's having some type of issues. You neglect her. Now the Lord, through not having compassion in your household, he deliver you unto tormentors, man. You done been building and doing all that work to be in the spirit, and something so small as in not having compassion on your wife or your household overthrew your whole spirit, man. Read on.
So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not every one his brother their trespasses.
Right, and you can't be holding grudges, man. You don't want to be that brother. It's 2 weeks later. You still harping on something that happened 2 weeks ago, man, and it's very small in your household, and you didn't let it go. You don't want to be that man, because then she's going to start feeding and moving off of your spirit. Now she's holding grudges. Now she has demons on her. And 2 powerful people is nothing to come of that but fire, man. Like the Lord said, paraphrase, you don't want to heap coals or heap fire upon that wood, man. It's going to combust. You don't want to just with a rude man. All of those things are going to bring forth the wrath of wickedness, man, and nothing of righteousness. So you got to have compassion and forgive one another in the household. And I know it's hard, but you got to be the bigger man, man. You got to turn the other cheek sometimes. You got to do what you have to do to save your household. It's not profitable to be right all the damn time. You're never wrong. You're always right. Right? I'm going to get one more. Let me get Proverbs, I believe, 20 and 3. I want that.
20 and 3?
Yeah, I want that, but I want to see if Salak can bear with me.
Come
Yeah, Proverbs 18 and 17.
on.
Now this applies to a lot of men, but they don't take this serious because it's not in the quote law. So I don't have to keep it. Bring that up.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just.
And a lot of men are always first in their own cause. They're always first. They're the first one to have the first word, then they have to have the last word. No, I'm a man, so I must be right. I know more precepts than you, so I must be right. You're first in the cause all the time. You're always going to be just in your eyes. You don't want to be a man that's in a marriage and you're always first. You always have the first thing to say. You just ruling with an arm. You're banging up the table. It's a fist imprint everywhere in the house. So one on the couch, one on the table, one on the counter in the damn kitchen, one in the bedroom. You just got a fist demon. Just pounding it like that monkey when you wind it up. Just banging, huh? He that's first in his own cause, he seemeth just, meaning right. Read on.
but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him.
Right, meaning sometimes your wife, she can see where you may not see. But well, you may not be right, because when you look at this law, it's really saying this. Don't be that brother you just can never be wrong. That goes into having compassion, patience, humility, meekness, and to be reproved. Not that your woman got to shake the hand and pick up a staff and start damn turning into Jeremiah. But you have to be compassionate to be able to be wrong sometimes. And I know a lot of the times in marriages, that's impossible for a man. With all that testosterone and reading 1 Corinthians 11:3 17 times, man. Without reading other precepts to understand the just balance and how a marriage should be established.
Good. And let's go to 1 Corinthians 5:7, right? Let's get the classic. 1 Corinthians 5:7.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, and verse 7. Purge out, therefore, the old leaven.
The Lord say,
Purge out, therefore, the old leaven.
so we got to purge leaven out of our marriages, out of our households. You understand, amongst our children. Your children should be in order. Right? All your children should know what the Passover is about. Right? They should know about the feast days, about the Most High. Right? They should know about the laws. They should know in the book of Exodus and Numbers. You shouldn't be the only one knowing what's going on, man. Purge out the old leaven. If you're bringing leaven in your household, get rid of it, man. You understand? Y'all got to sit down and talk and say, look, I think you got this leaven. And, okay, look, well, okay, I see that. I'm going to get rid of that. We'll fast on that. And then you say, okay, look, I think, your leaven is this. And y'all talk about it, man. This thing is about communication, man. The Lord said to do good and communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, because communication is a sacrifice, man. That's a hard sacrifice. It says that's a sacrifice that the Most High was pleased at. Right? So read it again from the top.
Purge out, therefore, the old leaven.
Right?
That ye may be a new lump.
Your marriage could be a new lump, man. That word new means to be born again, man, when you look it up. You want your marriage to go back to that godly, cleansed estate. Go on.
As ye are unleavened.
Right?
For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
See, that the Lord is sacrificed for us, man. Even if you got to write down a list of things that are potential leaven that you bring in your household, man. And she writes, and then y'all go and discuss, and y'all go over the precepts, and get rid of this damn leaven, man. So everyone can be worthy to eat of the Passover. God?
God.
And with that, Kwam Yashem.
Kwam Yashem.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Praises.
Praise him.
It's all right. Up top, yeah, right. Next. Right. Up top.
Sorry, all right.
Yes.